Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream.
Our first attempt at doing this, so be patient with us. What we were hoping to do today was to do one of the community streams because we haven't done them in quite a while, and there has been like a lot going on in Big Bang. There's been a lot of updates, there's a lot of new games, there's been player events, there's currently an event going on, so we'll give you the rundown of like all of that. So we're gonna start with the news just to sort of get that out of the way. This one's just a heads up. I don't have an image for it or anything, but we're going to reorder the Discord. So we just wanted to give you a little bit of warning. We're going to archive a few channels that aren't as active, reorder things so that they're a little bit more sensible. And we're planning to also add a few new achievements and sort of give a boost back to that stuff again, since people seem to enjoy the achievements and they were a little bit hard to find and to know how to do some of them before. So we'll try to address all of that. The next thing I wanted to mention is that we have done several art jams since we did one of these streams, and we did stream those, so you may have noticed them. But if you didn't check them out, there was a doodle art jam, and I'm sharing my screen here, I believe, yeah. But if you go into the games and you hit the little float controls at the bottom, you can actually go through and look at them. So even if you miss the events, you can totally jump into these games and check that stuff out. There was also the same thing, a robot one. So you can go to the event area for that one. I will post the links to both of these momentarily. I just can't post and talk because I'm bad. And then we've also been doing weekly art challenges. So these are going on all the time. Every single week, there is a challenge of some little object or game that you can make. It's up to you how you want to interpret it. You could even use a little coded game if you wanted to enter. And if you just go to the Big Bang homepage and you scroll right down to the community content, the first game there is always that weekly art challenge game. So check that out. There's also portals in there to all the previous jams if you just want to see what all your friends have been making. And then the big jam I wanted to mention, that was the one that's going on right now. So we're doing a summer game jam. It started on Friday, but you still have lots of time. This is a low pressure game. Technically, the theme is just anything that summer means to you at all. It can be anything at all. I'm doing a game based around cotton candy and ice cream. But
I'm doing a game based on a deserted island.
which is what where Ashley wishes she was every summer.
Deserted island, yeah.
So yeah, like totally join us and do that. You have till September 8th, and everybody who participates will get this amazing avatar. And you can make your game as simple or as complex as you want. You could code it and have new crazy scripted systems, or you can just make an environment that is just a nice thing, or a display case of your favorite summer objects, whatever you have time for and seems exciting to you. And we will make sure and show all those games off, so that'll be super fun. Then my last piece of news before I hand it over to Ashley for a while is that I'm part of the team working on a new game called Elemental Beasts, or at least that's what we're calling it right now. We'll see if the name sticks. And the game isn't quite ready for me to show you the game, but the amazing artist on this, so that is, I always get his two names confused, but he's T-Block and T-Clock, so they're both the same artist. And the other member of the team is Bradley Control Z. But let's just take a look through here, and I'm just gonna flip through these. Maybe why did it not work? There we go. So these are just some images of like the sort of art tests. I guess it's because I'm at the end, so that's why. I actually got a few more, but I didn't get them to my desktop in time, so I'll just have to show you these. The art looks amazing, though, and this game is a pretty chill sort of survival game where a lot of the difficulty is around surviving in the different types of environments, but you can craft, you get a little campsite on the mainland, and you also get a whole huge island that you get to decorate, which I definitely went by. See, this is a picture on one of the very fancy home islands that's going to be available. There's a sort of zoomed out shot. This is the Earth Turtle Island. So you'll get to live there, build a house. It'll be super fun, super exciting. I can't wait to show actual gameplay, but I'm really stoked about it. So Ashley has a game coming too. So do you want to take over?
Yeah. Also, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, Heather, you can go ahead.
I'm Heather Control Z, and also Punkarella. So that's my personal account. And I am a designer, and I also do some art and help make content for creators.
And I'm Ashley K on Big Bang, and I'm a community engineer. So I do, right now I'm working on a game, and I also help creators make their games and make scripts for creators. I've made some of the tutorial games, and Pocket Garden is a game that I made, and now I'm working on a role-playing game that I'm excited to show. So we've got a team of it's me, Voxelius, Summer Sky, and Charlie Zip working on a role-playing game called Honeyville RP. So I have some video footage I can show of it now, but it's kind of, let's see, here we go. We've got a bunch of the systems in, we just got a lot of content to make now, but it takes place in Honeyville, this town that's got a bit of a bee honey theme going on. So there's a bunch of custom outfits. You can customize your avatar for the game, and then you can also use your platform avatar if you'd like. But we've got all these different customizations you can make for your avatar, and you can unlock these parts or buy them or earn them through different careers and quests. Right here I'm just kind of showing off the avatar editing, but yeah, you can interact with the world. So this kind of shows right here just grabbing a fire extinguisher and putting out this giant fire that popped up in the town. There's careers that you could do, and right now we've got, let's see, oh, here we go. So right now there's 2 careers, but we're gonna add a whole bunch of different careers. There's rewards that you can get as you work through those, and you can kind of keep track of your progress as you go. This is the hospital that you can work at. It's surprisingly easy to become a surgeon. You just have to sign up, and you can also choose what role that you want. So right now I have just this fire stopper role equipped, but you can earn them as you play. So whatever you want to role play as, you can customize your character for that and add the role above your head. But yeah, there's a bunch of different cars you can drive around in. We've got housing, but I don't have anything to show for that quite yet. But lots of car customizations, driving around this big world that Voxelius made. That's pretty cool. And then you've probably seen this train flying around. So there's also a train that you can hop on. Let's see, get a little footage of flying around on this awesome flying train that Charlie Zip made. So yeah, there's still a lot to do and a lot of content to be made, but it's a little update of how that's going so far. Let me really quick, I'm gonna switch the screen I'm sharing and then go through some more platform-wide updates.
I just played the playtest for Honeyville. I guess that was on Friday, and it's really great. I can't wait till everybody else can try it too. Super fun.
Thanks. I'm excited. So it's been a while since we've shared all of the changes that have been happening on Big Bang. There's so many platform-wide and engine-wide changes. That the biggest platform change is that there are friends now on Big Bang. You can have friends, so you can see what games your friends are playing. You can add friends. You can invite your friends to play games with you on this side menu. So really exciting stuff.
And you can invite your friends to edit games with you, which I think is really good.
It is really, really good.
You won't be able to just jump into one of your friends' games if you see them editing it. They'll have to invite you into it so that you'll be in the edit session with them. So just so you know, that's how it works. But yeah, it's great to be able to know when your friends are on and ready to collaborate with you. So it's lots of fun.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. And you can hide your activity level. So if you don't want everyone to know that you're online, that you can hide that in your settings. And as you can probably see if you've been on Big Bang for a while, there are just a lot of changes in these menus. So now you can, all of your stuff is organized in this side panel. So you can go to My Stuff and you can see all of your games and all of your voxel objects here right away. You used to have to go to your avatar, like to your profile page, and then go through that. So a lot faster and easier access to your stuff and your liked stuff and your profile. So lots of new exciting changes to those menus. We've also got some new skins, so I'm just gonna show some of those off. I really need to update my avatar too, so maybe we can do that together, because there's a beach behind me, but I'm wearing a winter coat and reindeer antlers, so I think it's time to update that. But we have some new skins in the skin section. So we've got these new Delta skin. Let's see. Which ones are? Oh yeah, okay. Delta is new. Talon is new. Whoa, this is really cool. Transformer. Echo. So a bunch of awesome new skins. Where's Rainer? Oh yeah, and these, which have this really cute art style. So these really cute new skins that you can get for your avatar.
I love the style of those ones so much. I want a whole game like that. So
I know,
cute.
me too. They're so cute. Just love the like huge head. We also have some new games that have come out. So we did a reskin of Escape Unspeakable. We could jump in and play that. I could post a link. But there's the new playground version of Escape Unspeakable, which Summer Sky did a reskin of, and it's super cute, really fun. I like that you get to feel like really tiny as you run around this like giant playground. Oh, we can see the round is in progress. Wonder who's gonna win. But yeah, you can look and see this really cute blocky new map.
Do you have your sound on Big Bang, Ashley?
No, I just have some like background music playing. Or unless it's coming through maybe here.
Yeah, it's coming through.
Oh, okay. I just muted that. Is that better?
Yeah. That's like hearing two music sources.
Turtle music. Sorry about that. But yeah, welcome. Hi, guests. And I don't know if I'm gonna wait for the round to start. I might just hop over to the next game. Oh, wasn't that? But we also have we did a collaboration with Block Snacks. So I'll jump over to that game. So this game here is so we collaborated with a couple YouTubers and actual Block Snacks product that you can buy in stores. So you can scan a QR code on Block Snacks and just jump into this game link off of your phone. There's cards that you can unlock, and then you can unlock fruit through playing the game. So there's this whole hub, there's 3 different levels, and you can just like immediately start playing by scanning the QR code. So this is a exciting new collaboration in here with someone. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that, be sure to play that game. The levels are so cute and really fun.
Yeah, the mini games in there are adorable. So definitely go through all those doors and play through them. They're really good.
Yeah, they're really, really good. They're really like, yeah, it's like really fun platforming. So those are some new games that we have. And then we've got some game editor changes as well. I'm really excited about. We'll get to this soon. So, should I start in one of these or should I start in a blank game? I don't want to distract. We'll elaborate more on what you saw there later. But there's a bunch of new editor stuff. So for one, you can name different components. So if I have a bunch, so sometimes you'll have a case where you have a lot of different components on one entity with all the same name. Now you can go and rename those components so that it's just easier to see and understand what's going on. So this is head look, and I could just call this something that makes sense to me. There's 2 text components here, so this one could be like the indicator, and then the second component could be like full text. So that's just helpful for seeing what's going on and organizing your code and organizing your project.
If you tried to use something like the combat kit and or the FPS kit, and you're trying to like remember which data script is the gun you want to work on, this is the solution for that. This makes that so much easier.
Yeah, it's really, really helpful when you've got like tons of scripts all on one entity, or if you have lots of like particle components or voxel object components all on the same entity. It's a lot easier to organize now. So we've also now have support for multiple collision components. So let me just build like something. Here, I'm gonna grab like this tree. So I have this tree, and then let's say I'm gonna add another voxel object to it. And I'm gonna add this little guy. So I can move my new component around. So now I have this little creature here, but only the tree has the collision component on it. I can just walk right through this. So now I can add a second collision component to my entity, and I can move this around, to more match this entity. Let's see, maybe like, it's pretty small. There we go. And now I'll collide with, oops. Oh, do I need the layers to be? Move this around.
You might have to start or something, I forget, to get the second one to pick up. It does work, but it's a new thing. So.
There we go. So now I'm running into this. So now I can collide with both the tree and this little guy. So it's good for when you're building like complex entities with lots of different components on them. You don't have to worry about usually you would just have the one collision component and try to make it cover as much as you could, but now you can get really granular with it. It's also better for performance to have less entities, so the more that you can consolidate entities with multiple voxel objects and collision components, the more that you can put in your game. So this will help you build bigger worlds with more complex entities in them, or with complex behavior.
Yeah,
So
the one catch we should probably call out is that the voxel collision component will only ever read from the top voxel. So only one voxel collision component, and that's going to read from whatever your top voxel component is. So make sure the thing that you run into is the first component in that list. But if you want to, fake other collision out of boxes and spheres, you can build all kinds of great shapes.
Yes, yeah, that is important to note. So yeah, I just switched this over to voxel object. So that'll just account for the tree trunk because that's the first voxel object component on this entity. Another change is particle, all sorts of awesome particle stuff, which this is a good object to use for this because now we have lighting support on particles. So the top of this tree is made of particles. If I take these particles off, we lose the top of the tree. So we have cube particles, and now those cube particles support lighting and shadows. So these are lit by the in-game lighting, and they'll cast shadows. So you can make whatever you want with these. They're really performant, and you can use them to make all sorts of stuff and not have to worry about them not being lit properly. So that is really exciting. On the same note of particles, let me just pull out a random object. Another one of these. Sorry. But there's a bunch of particle presets, which I'm really excited about this because I'm really bad at making great particle systems, but now it's so difficult. But now there are all of these particle presets. So when you add a particle component to your entity, you can choose. Oh, I caught the little guy on fire. Sorry. But now you can start from any of these presets, and honestly for me they cover most of what I ever need to do. But we've got these awesome presets, and then snow. The ring is really cool to me. Bush. So the bushes are really awesome too because you can just like spread these around your world really easily, without like. If this was made with voxels, it would be so many voxels for this object that you want to have everywhere in your game as like foliage. So this is a way cheaper way to fill up your game. But yeah, we have all these presets, and then once you start with your preset and go to make your changes, the particle components are organized a lot better now. So now you can find what you're looking for. They're organized into different sections based on what kind of what you're trying to, I'm forgetting the word, but what you're trying to change. So a lot easier to edit these now. The particles are really powerful, and they're really, really cheap to put into your game. So just making them a lot easier for people to use. Yeah. Oh, and the last major change is we have some selectability settings you can change. So if you have ever made like a custom like ground for your game, like say if I put a wood floor in my game, and here. So I have this wood floor, and I make it a nice wood color, and now I'm gonna put everything in my game on top of it. it can be really annoying if you keep clicking on it and moving it around on accident. So now you can actually toggle whether or not the entity is editable. So if you press this lock, then you're not going to be able to accidentally drag it around, and you're not going to be able to edit any of the properties. So if you're mass editing some things, you won't have to worry about accidentally changing properties of something that you know is set in stone. So this is just really nice for world editing and for when you're mass editing lots of things, but you don't want to mess up other things. And then you can actually toggle selectability as well. So if you turn off selectability, then you're not going to be able to select that entity with your cursor. You're going to have to go find it in the search panel. So this is good for things like the ground, that you don't want to be clicking and dragging and like constantly selecting all the time. If you have something that you know is just the base of your game and you're not going to want to move it, you can just turn selectability off, and then you're not going to have to worry about it, and you can build your world on top of that. And if you ever want to go select it again, you just go into the entity search panel and you can find it, turn selectability back off, unlock it, and so on. So a lot of these updates are just really nice for creators to build their worlds more easily, more quickly, and less stressfully. So lots of quality of life updates have gone in.
This replaces that.
Months.
Oh yeah, so many. This replaces that old thing we used to do where if it wasn't edible, if you named it ground. So if you ever go into a game and like 80 things are named ground, it's because they were trying to do this. They were trying to make an item not selectable, but those can all be named properly now, and we can use these toggles, and it is a happy no ground time now.
And I can rename ground to something else, and it still works like I want it to.
Yeah.
So the ground is called grass now. It's really, really exciting. Yeah, so that I think there's probably lots of other small changes, but those are some of the bigger changes that have gone in to the game editor. I'm just gonna leave this. We'll save it. And then there's also some changes in the voxel object editor. So I'll just go create an object. These are really exciting too. I'm not a great artist, so no one judge what is created in this, this session.
I can't wait. I'm very excited to see this masterpiece. Exciting times. We should have had summer guest appearance to do the voxel editor.
Yeah, because this will show off how they work. It won't really show off what you can make with them. So first of all, we've got mirroring on all axes, and you can move your mirrors around. I probably should start with a better object, should I not? Maybe I should start with one of the nice starter objects. Let me do that. I'll start with this bench. That gives me, at least there's something nice to look at. So now you can mirror along other axes. So, yay. It's being mirrored throughout
Perfect.
space. So that's really nice.
One of the things that this lets you do is, like, I made a table a little while back where I only actually had to draw 1/4 of the table, and then the other 3/4 just magically followed along. So it's so good. You'll really enjoy this if you do a lot of voxel editing. Even if you're not a killer artist, it's still a major time saver. And don't forget, you can nudge all those planes around with the settings on them. So it doesn't have to be dead center. You can move them to where you need to in your scene.
There, I made a table, and it took about. Oh wait, I made it squared. Cute.
I think you had one too many planes turned on.
Too much mirroring.
I love it. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It is the table from all angles. Good.
And I could put a little plant on all corners of the table. There we go. Okay, so the mirroring planes is awesome. You can move the planes around. So if I wanted to change if you're not mirroring, you don't have to center your object in the very center coordinates of this grid. You can move the grid around, which is really, really nice, especially for building like complex objects. So lots of exciting stuff with those. And then there's also new animation capabilities, which is also really, really exciting. I'm gonna animate something very simple, but just to show it off. So now we have onion skinning in animation and reordering the frames, which is huge. Reordering frames is so nice because originally if you messed up one frame of your animation, you'd have to like copy all of them forward, or it was just such a process. Now you can reorder the frames. So I'm going to make a very simple animation and I'll show onion skinning, which is just showing the next or the previous frames over your next frame. So you'll be able to see how it works here. So say I'm going to animate this little cube moving. If I make a new frame to my animation and then turn on toggle onion skins, I can move my old object, my old little piece of art that I made, and you'll see the shadow of the previous frame. So then you can see where you're going. So I can keep moving this along and make a little moving cube block animation. And it's really, really easy. So now we can watch. So now we see the onion skinning here. You can see the next and previous frame. And then if I turn that off, you'll just see my little animation. So really, really easy. You don't have to worry about looking back and forth and seeing where the last one was. And so that's also just like a tool that animators will be used to having and excited to have. And then there's frame reordering. So if I wanted this frame earlier in the animation, I can move it back. I wouldn't really want that for this, but yeah, so you can reorder your frames if you would like to. So really exciting new animation properties. And then the last major change here is that you can hollow out your different shapes. So if I made like a sphere, right now I just created a filled ellipsoid. So if we open this up, if we crack this open, it is completely solid. But if I wanted to have access to the inside of this, hollow it out, turn it into a bowl or something, I can just click with this hollow voxels tool and click on my shape, and now it is hollow. So really, really helpful.
This is one where, like, say somebody made a killer good building, but you can't go inside it and you remix it. You can just hit that button. It'll delete the most of the inside, and then you can just clean it up till it's pretty how you want. It'll take away like so much of the labor in a task like that. It's really great. And there's also some efficiency things. In some cases, it's better for an object you never have to go inside to be completely filled up so that it never tries to render those interfaces. So that's why you'd want the opposite tool where it fills up. This is like, it is quite a labor saver, even though it's a bit of an odd thing if you haven't thought about it.
Yeah, so that concludes my portion of the updates, but those are the main updates you'll see in the game editor and the voxel object editor. So lots of really exciting stuff for creators to make stuff more quickly and efficiently.
I'm like so excited about everything, and we didn't even like, this video just definitely does not cover for everything
No.
that's gone in the last several months. It's too much. We couldn't list it all. So I guess I gotta click so my screen goes up again. There we go. So we wanted to sort of do this last chunk talking about stuff that's sort of made for creators, like not improvements to the platform necessarily, but things that help you make your games. So one of the most exciting things that went up is this. This is the new games page. So if you hit new games or new game in your little menu here, this is the page that it'll open up. There's also another one here. There's another one for objects. So we have one on both. So if I hit new Voxel object, we have this new page here. And this is great because it does let us do a few things. It lets us surface some tutorials and things. Make sure you scroll through these and check them out if they're helpful to you. It lets us give you way more kits and stuff than we could before. So now we've got to add a lot of the things like the cyber obby and the movable furniture and even this new single player tycoon kit. Like there wasn't room for this stuff before. So now we can get them where you can see them. And down at the bottom here, we have games that show you how to do a thing and have text explaining it in the game. So these are kind of learning games. And then at the very next row is just things that are inspiring. So they're anything that one of us worked on and we thought was cool and we wanted to share with you, and you could potentially learn from them or remix them, build on top of them. And at the bottom, we have some links to the scripting or coding resources so that you can find them. This very first row, we're very excited about right now. These are the new terrain starter worlds. We haven't released our terrain tools yet. We are getting there, but we still can't put them up. But we wanted to at least let everybody start playing around and making things. So we'll just go into one of these here at random because there's something in here I want to call out. Obviously, remix all of these environments. There's going to be more coming. Have lots of fun with them. But I wanted to make sure that you realize that when you click on a terrain, let's just, I'm going to unlock it. There's a little terrain component at the very bottom that sets the colors for this thing. So just because it is grasslands or a mountain or a desert doesn't mean it has to stay that way. It can be any, I'll just use weird colors here. It can be anything you want it to be. You can change sort of the spot at which these blend. Yeah, it's lots of fun. Like these sort of change where the blends happen. So definitely checking out terrain, make sure you dial those around. And you can also take these and scale them up and down. You could bring a mountain from one and stick it in this one. Like you just make it a template and then you can bring them between games. So you can definitely do some really cool environments, just sort of kit bashing out of these initial terrains. And you know what? If you have a terrain you'd really love to see, let us know in the Discord. We are happy to take requests. And when they're requests for things like a terrain, that's a very achievable request. So yeah, totally come give us a shout if that's what you'd like to see. So back on that, let me go back to the new games page. The other things I wanted to call out specifically on this page was to check out the Escape Rooms game. That's a new one that just came out. You can build on top of that if you want to build your own escape room, or you can just play through it. It's super fun. I think we also have it up in live games right now. And then, as I mentioned up here in the starter games, there's a tycoon kit. So this is to build the type of tycoon where you make money to unlock something and then that makes you make more money and then so on. That's the type of tycoon it is. It is limited to single player right now because it doesn't deal with networking. So just leave your game on one player. Because if you don't, you'll have very strange results. But it's fun and it's pretty easy to use. It's probably one of the simplest kits. So yeah, check that out. In the new Voxel objects, starter Voxel objects page, we have the ones that were up before here at the top, but down here we now have lots of rows of more things. So we have lots of furniture, lots of little creatures, some animated, some not. We have some props. So lots of different things that you can start on top of. And again, give us a request if there's something you'd really like to see here. We'd be happy to do that. Sorry. Then, oh yeah, I wanted to... Sorry, give me half a sec. I have to get to this off screen. I didn't set a link to myself. Let me just, here we go. Okay, so we've also got a new YouTube page, which you might have noticed or you might not. We already had the other one that's the main one that gets videos about the games and kind of well-polished stuff, but we needed a place where we could just answer questions and just show a video how to solve a simple problem without, you know, having to make them full fancy videos. So this, you could think of this as like a video FAQ. I will post a link. There you go. Yeah, so come here. If there's something you haven't been understanding how to do, there might be an example here. We talk about transparency and collision and making a chair and doing some vehicle customization. And again, if you have something you don't know how to do that you're wondering about, give us a request. We will put it in here. All of this stuff is for you. So if you have things that you'd like to see and you aren't seeing for any of this, we're happy to help out. Okay, so that gets through the bulk of things. So for this sort of from now till we wrap up, I thought we could play with some template toys, but we could maybe do it in a game. So that way, if anyone who's watching wants to jump in and try out some toys and play in a game, we could do that. So I will just make a new, I guess we can just use the basic happy green starter environment. And I will share this. Oops. I will rename this later when I can think about it. Okay, so I have made and gone to my editable link. I will share it here in the chat. And anybody who wants to come build can come jump in, and then I'll talk about the template toys. So down at the bottom of your screen, there's the templates bar. There's lots of things here. We've been slowly adding to this for a long time. But up at this end is sort of the newer stuff. And we've got spring stuff that went in sort of a few months ago, like these golems, and we have a swimwear NPC if you want somebody that looks a bit more ready for the beach. But we also have some really fun new ones that people have been doing great stuff with. I was going to post some pictures of community hubs and I ran out of time. But if you type in hub into the sort of like latest games, you're going to find so many good builds making use of these new buildings. So I'm going to drag this building out, but it's going to be on kind of an angle because I'm on a hill and I actually don't want that. So I'm going to go under the transform properties and I'm just going to hit default so it gets rid of the rotation. So it'll be flat. But yeah, so we've got these buildings. And then we've also added things like doors. Sorry, give me half a sec here. So if I drag out this door right here, we'll just put it on the porch. It's already got the sort of script on it that makes it open. It's set to open away from the player right now. I'll just sort of step away. But it might, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hit stop play. Sorry if anyone's in the game doing anything. There we go. Sometimes it remembers where it was previously when you first drag it out. So, okay. So if I run through the door now, it opens away from me and I can go inside and it makes a little dinging noise like a store. So that's really fun. And if you look on the door, you can see that it's just got an openable gate script on it. You can put that on any object you want. It has a bunch of settings, so you could make a door that like lifts up, or a door that rotates in a different direction. Those settings are all exposed here, so make anything you want into doors. Then we've also got a few other fun objects. We have like this little tomato stand. We'll just attach a template to your hand. So in the featured templates game, you can get all the parts to all these template toys. So if I show you something here and you're like, you want to do more advanced editing to it, you should check out the featured templates game, because that gives you all the parts. So it'll give you this tomato basket and everything. Another really fun template toy that got added is this tank. It's very funny.
The tank is awesome. I love the tank. I can't join this link.
You can't join the link. Okay, it should
because
be.
I'm offline.
Oh, it might be because I'm offline.
Yeah, I think that.
Okay, let me go and see if that's it. I love you all, but I have to hide my presence during the workday or I can't get anything done. Okay, see if you can join me now or if I have to refresh and save.
There we go. Yeah, that was definitely.
There. Sorry about that. I'm hiding. I'm always hiding. We need to add something, I guess, that can just like make notifications not get me, but show that I'm online. It's like a kind of a different thing, I suppose we need. But yeah, tanks, very fun. Let me get out of the tank. And you can blow each other up in them, so that's great. I can't because I think if I get out of editor mode, I don't know if it'll leave everyone else in it, but yeah, you can you can shoot. Very nice. I should make some blow-upable things that have health on them. Another fun template toy that got added. This was Summer Sky wanted to put this one out forever, and it's great. It's a tree, but something that I think not everybody realizes is it's a seasonal tree. So if fall comes to your game and you want it to look like fall, you can just change the colors in the leaf particle, and then you will have a fall tree. So that's really cool. And if you disable the particles, there's actually a snow effect that Summer's put in. So it's really easy. You could turn the blooms pink in the spring and turn them brown in the fall, and then take away the leaves and have snow in the winter. Yes. Happy little trees forever. Exactly, Summer. So yeah, totally check that toy out too. I should also say these buildings, like this Pickles and Produce and also this beach house. Let me just hit save here. If you open all of these all have colors too. So your house can be whatever color that you want it to be. You could make it glow. You could make it, I don't know what color you want out. Here's a house I probably wouldn't live in, but it's fine. And it's really easy to do to make your whole town like look different. So make sure you take advantage of that. Same as this, right? It's easy to change. Just go to the text component and it can be, let's see if I can spell your name today.
Yay.
Store. There we go. Now it's Ashley's store. And if I find the awning, we'll make it pink like that amazing background. There we go. So it's really, really fun, really easy to build a whole map, build all kinds of fun stuff. We've got stuff like the jetpacks, and there's weapons, and just lots and lots and lots of great template toys. And we'll try to put more of these out for every season. I think that was all the ones I wanted to show. So I don't know if we have any questions or things people would like us to look at, or we could just kind of build together for a few minutes and try to make something amazing.
I'm making my pickle store more pickle themed.
It's true. You are making a more pickle themed store. That's very good. I think your aesthetic might be better than the one I was hitting or not hitting here. One thing that I did notice with a lot of people trying to use the new terrains is that, of course, buildings are either floating up in the air or they're on a slant. So as I showed before, it's really easy to zero to hit default here on the rotation to get all the weird angles off. But in real life, we have a solution to building on weird shapes, and it's called foundations. So basically, you just need a cube to solve this problem. It doesn't really matter what you use because you can, again, make sure it's level. So I'll just hit default here. And then scale it to what your building would need, right? And then here, we'll go up and we'll use the fancier tool that gives lots of options. Okay, here we go. So this will let us raise pickles and produce or our apartments or whatever up off the ground enough that you don't see under them, and make it so there's no gaps under the building. And it's your choice if you want to scale it with or color it to the building, or if you want to color it to the ground, right? You could just make this grass colored if you wanted to. So if I just go like this, snap this up on top. So now we don't have a weird gap and there's no like grass in my building anymore. So it's probably the easiest solution to that problem. Summer, you should get in here and put out happy little trees. Should build us a forest. I'm gonna scale this backwards a bit more. It's very hard to do things like this and talk, because then my brain is like
I'm going completely silent, just making my pickle store. I'm like fully locked into making this pickle store.
All right, let's see. I'll make my... Now I feel like we have competing stores of you, so maybe I'll rename this one. What's we got? Floor. Let's change the color of the floor so it's like my foundation there. And then there, okay, perfect, beautiful. But I won't call it Ashley's store. I don't know, chat. What should I call this store? This is a really big decision for me. Oh, maybe it's Doodle's store. We have lots of doodles.
That's true. There's a lot of doodles that could be. Does Doodle own the store, or do you buy Doodle?
Oh, I don't know. This might be a question for the ages. Yeah, hard decision. I should make this one also not have crazy rotation on it. I think this one needs to be at 90 degrees. Oh, wrong 90, negative 90. If you do a lot of sort of building in the editor, getting used to typing numbers in instead of always using the manipulator is something that you should try to get familiar with. Like, if you need stuff that's like not, 5 degrees off or whatever, it's just far easier to just type those numbers in than to get it yourself through eyeballing.
Also hold the shift key down.
Yes.
All the time to get snapping.
I don't actually know when these tools went in, but I don't know how aware people are of them. But there's a little button up here in the corner that says transform. If you click it, it actually lets you control whether you're working in local or world space, and it can let you change the pivot of the object to the sort of center of the volume, or as by default, the origin of it. And it also lets you change the amount of degrees that rotation will snap by, or what the movement will snap by. So this can be really, really helpful if you're going to do something that uses like tiles. So I would definitely recommend like poking at this and checking it out if you haven't already. It's very helpful. There we go. We have Summer adding some trees. Now the world will be happy and complete and good. Maybe I'll get rid of my snow tree. Doesn't seem seasonally. Oh, I brought you all a present. I templated something that I just made for my other game. And I brought it here. So maybe what the Doodle store actually has is oh, now my door's in a funny position. Just get rid of the door for now. I have... Shoot, which one do I need? There we go. Dragon jetpack pickup yellow. That's it.
Yay!
So I will put out the dragon jetpacks that I made. Oops, I can't rotate them because the game's playing, but that's okay. We'll just have them up and down. It's hard to edit when I can't stop the game.
Mine. I took it. Now I feel bad.
It's local. Everybody can have it. Okay. So let me put out a few different colors in case. So that's the yellow. We got a green, blue, pink, yellow, green, yellow, and purple, pink. My expertise is just in making the same thing over and over. That's what I do. So the game that I made these.
Cute. Oh my goodness.
The game that I made those jetpacks for, it's not set as remixable right now, but that's because I didn't want everybody remixing the game and getting the tag summer 2024 and accidentally entering the jam. But as soon as the jam ends, I will make the game remixable. I will also make an example game and video that show you how to reskin the jetpack. So like, look forward to all of that. We will do that. I actually had a lot of fun with that.
I love the little arms on your shoulder.
It took me a long time to figure out what to do with the head, right? Because the head can't just like smash through your head. Yeah. So then I had to make it look up, but it was okay. It worked out all right in the end.
So cute.
I don't know if I have any.
Replace the hub jetpack with the dragon.
Oh, I could like do something a little bit sneakier and show off a few assets from Survival just in our last few minutes. So these weren't supposed to be published yet, but they are. So that's okay. We'll just show you now. But like, look at these super cute things that you'll be able to like build and have in your camp. Like, how good is this stuff? It's so nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The like loom is so detailed.
Yeah. I like love these objects. They're just beautiful.
They're very
really
like,
exciting.
Tactile. Like I can like, yeah. Wow. These are great. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. It's so nice because like both survival and roleplay are games like I really want to play. So I'm really excited. Like I'm not good at the shoot-you games.
I know. I'm in the exact same boat.
So this is like exciting times for me.
I'm about to be doing a lot of play testing.
Let's look around the scene and see what else has been added here. Oh wow, Summer's gotten really fancy with a fountain. So this is now a much like nicer neighborhood.
Square, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to change that house. Maybe I'll do it after the stream. I'm breaking the aesthetic. Here, let's move our Jeep thing out. I didn't see what Maze was up to, so I don't know what Maze added. Oh, we've got somebody flying around. Is that you, Ashley? It's funny. I'm just like standing here with some tomatoes. I should have like left myself standing at the store with them at least, but yeah. Anyway.
It's confusing because you pick up tomatoes from the pickle
The pickle store. It's true. We should make. I should make a pickle display stand that gives you jars of pickles. I mean, the store is pickles and produce.
Yeah. You can pickle tomatoes too. Probably. I don't know.
The art that was done for the clothing store and roleplay, I know none of you have seen this yet, but it's so good, and I really think we should add sort of a modern looking clothing store like that to the template toys. It'd be super fun.
That would be really cool. Yeah, to have like an outfit store and then some template toys that let you see your outfit.
Yeah, that definitely could add that, and I would love to see it and love to play with it. All right, so I think we are at time, which meant we even got through it, even though it was so much stuff.
Wow.
But I'm like super stoked that we have all this stuff to share with you. I'm really excited for stuff that's coming soon, so make sure you stop in when we do this again in about a month. And otherwise, just sort of watch the Discord. The announcements on the actual Big Bang homepage have a lot of what's going on there. You can get the details of the game jam right there from those announcements. And as we roll out new things, they'll be mentioned there too. So yeah, if you need help with making games or anything, reach out to us. And otherwise, I guess we'll just see you in a month.
Yeah, it's a monthly, so we'll be back next month with more updates and awesome new stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Yeah. I think it's Tuesday, so we'll say that. So. All right. Have an amazing Tuesday, everybody. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you again soon.